President Wilson appears before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. On August 19, 1919, in an unusual move, President Woodrow Wilson personally appeared before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee to urge ratification of the Treaty of Versailles, which formally ended World War I. Wilson had returned from Paris on July 8, after 6 months of negotiations that produced both the peace treaty and the Covenant of the League of Nations. His central vision from the 14-point speech, presenting the treaty to the Senate, Wilson pleaded, "Dare we reject it and break the heart of the world?" The Senate, however, was divided. The League of Nations requirement that members defend each other's territorial integrity raised fears it would undermine U.S. sovereignty. 6 Republican irreconcilables rejected the treaty outright, while 9 mild reservationists and dozens of uncommitted senators sought safeguards for American independence. Most Democrats backed Wilson, but many privately leaned toward compromise. On July 31st, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, led by Republican Senator Henry Cabot Lodge, opened hearings. With only a slim Republican majority, Wilson might have won ratification by accepting modest reservations. Instead, refusing any compromise, he broke precedent and appeared before the committee on August 19th to defend the treaty unchanged. 4 days later, the committee passed its first amendment reversing Japan's award of the Shantung Peninsula. Outraged, Wilson launched a national speaking tour on September 2nd, delivering multiple speeches a day to rally public support. The effort wrecked his health. On October 2nd, he suffered a massive stroke that left him partially paralyzed, though he continued to direct the fight from his sickbed. Through the fall, the Senate rejected 12 proposed amendments. Lodge's Republicans then added reservations, most notably to Article X, requiring congressional approval before the U.S. defended any League member. Wilson, still uncompromising, declared the treaty gutted. In November, with Democrats following his lead, the Senate rejected ratification. A second attempt in March 1920, despite some Democratic defections, again fell short of the 2/3 required. The U.S. ultimately signed separate peace treaties with Germany, Austria, and Hungary, but never joined the League of Nations, crippling the organization's influence and foreshadowing its failure before World War II. Wilson, who had just won the Nobel Peace Prize, never admitted regret for refusing compromise.